Hello everyone, welcome back. Severed is here, coming back with part 12 of What If Deku Was the Ghost Rider. Now, where we last left off, Izuku has gone to see his dead mother, his ceremony for his dead mother, as he saw a lot of, 1A student, which is class 1A, and Kendo, and after they leave, Izuku got into his mother grave with Eri and start, wishing that she is still alive. After that, a guy from behind told him that he know about his secret and everything, and he looking like this, as the guy just talking with Izuku a little bit, and after that, he took him into the grave of Johnny Blaze and give him a shotgun, which is looking like this. It's looking like this when he used his, engulf it with flames. And after he told him that if he need anyone to talk with, come back to him. And Izuku was going to take Eri from the playground that he left her in. The Izuku didn't find her, as the guy told him that Eri has gone with the girl with an orange hair and green eyes, which is Kendo. And after that, Izuku have getting into UA by stealth, and after Eri ran away from from the dorm system, from the dorms of 1A, because Kendo told her that Izuku will not gonna come. She just left and start searching for Izuku, but Izuku come in front of her and take her back into the hideout. And now we continue in the morning, as Izuku waking up. Alfred said, "Good morning, Mr. Midoriya," as Izuku said, "Good morning, Alfred. Where is Eri?" As Alfred said, "Oh, she is making the breakfast." As Izuku said, "What?" And after that, Alfred said, "Could you please stop her? She will gonna break everything that I ever built here." As Izuku said, "Where is she?" As Alfred take, Izuku into the kitchen, as he see Eri on a little, standing up, not, how can I say it? On a little, wait a second. Yes, she's standing on a chair, breaking, using a spoon to make a cake, as the whole place is, covered with broken eggs, some milk on the ground, and sugar and everything. As Izuku said, "Damn it, Eri, what did you do?" As Eri looking behind, she said, "Oh, big brother," as she go to Izuku, as she told him, "I have made a breakfast for us," as Izuku said, "But why did you do that?" As Eri said, "Well, because I want to make sure that you are happy. You seemed down the last day you were looking so sad, so I decided to make something for you." And after that, Eri said, "Here, look," as she show him some pancakes, as Izuku said, "Thank you." Izuku eating one of these. It tastes disgusting. As Izuku said, "So delicious, Eri. Give me more." As he ate it all, and after that, Alfred said, "I will gonna prepare the bathroom for you, Mr. Midoriya." As Izuku said, "Yeah, please do that." As Eri said, "So how it tastes?" As Izuku said, "Well, it's not the best, but it's so delicious. You need to train more on making some more tasty food by Alfred. He will gonna teach you a good way for cooking." As Eri said, "Alright." As Izuku said, "But Eri, don't play with fire." As Eri said, "I didn't play with fire. Alfred helped me to turn on the fire, so I didn't play with it." As Izuku said, "Alright, Eri, but please never cook again, at least not until Alfred start teaching you." As Eri said, "Alright." And after that, Izuku go to the bathroom, as he, having a hard time. And after that, he get out of the bathroom, as he said, "Alfred, could you please make for me a real food this time, as Alfred said, I already noticed that you were gonna want to eat something, Mr. Midoriya, so I prepared the breakfast. And after that, Izuku eating the breakfast with Eri. Izuku said, Eri, how about we get out today? As Eri said, where should we go? As Izuku said, everywhere. Let's just see the city and having fun in general. As Eri said, really, big brother, you doesn't seem that you really want to go out today. As Izuku said, no, don't worry about me, Eri. I'm worried about you. Are you having a good time living here? As Eri said, yeah, I really have. But sometimes I feel lonely when you leave. I mean, Alfred is so good, but I need to some time to have fun with other people. Like that day in the playing ground, I know a couple of kids that have some good quirk and other girls in my age, as Izuku said. Huh. Then how about I put you in school, Eri? As Eri said, school? As Izuku said, yeah, do you want to go to school? You will gonna have a lots of friends there, and they even will gonna teach you some things about, you know, I can put you in a cooking club if you want. As Eri said, really? Can I really go to school? As Izuku said, yeah. Do you want that? As Eri said, yeah, please, Izuku. As Izuku said, well then, Alfred, give me my, you know, hologram device that can change how my face look, and prepare me some clothes. As Alfred said, right away, Mr. Midoriya. And after that, Izuku take Eri into, taking Eri to a little bit far school from where Izuku normally be. As when he got there, his face is not looking like, the normal Izuku face. It's looking like a tall man with the white hair and red eyes, just like Eri. She's, to act like her father. As Izuku got into the principal office wearing a suit, as the principal said, well, hello, mister, how can I help you? As Izuku said, or Mr. Midoriya said, well, I want to put my daughter in the school. How can I do that, please? As the guy said, well, that easy. Well, can you tell me what's your name of your daughter? As Midoriya said, it's Eri. Eri, say hello to the principal. As Eri said, hey, hello, my name is Eri. As the principal of the school said, hello, Eri. Can I know your quirk, mister? As, you know, Midoriya said, well, my quirk is fire breathing, and my, you know, my wife is have rewind, and my daughter have inherit my wife quirk, which is rewind. As the principal said, and what she can do? As Midoriya told him about how Eri can affect living things, as he told him, you don't have to worry about how she control it. I trained her to make sure to avoid some incidents. As the principal said, well then, can I have your can you sign the paper here and here, and after that your daughter can start the school if you want from now, if you really want her to come and start, as Midoriya said, well, I think that's good enough. Eri, do you want to stay here for the rest of the day? I will gonna come uh, after, after a little bit to get you back to the house. As Eri said, yes, father. As Izuku said, alright, Eri. Where should I take her, principal? As the principal said. And after Izuku just got Eri into her class, Izuku just leave the school after telling goodbye. And when he get out, he, stop using his device that changed his face and got on his bike and start riding for the rest of the day, killing fake, fake heroes, villains, things like that. As he, while he's just sitting on the roof, he looking in his pocket. He say, what is this? As he see in his pocket a red chaos emerald, as he said, it start to shine. What does that mean? As from behind someone said, chaos spear! As immediately a spear being thrown at Izuku, as Izuku dodging this and transform into his Ghost Rider form. As he said, well, I know one person that can shoot some kind of arrows like this. It's you, huh, Shadow? As Izuku looking, he see a kid with black hair with some red in it and black clothes with white and red shoes. As Shadow said, give me back the Chaos Emerald, now! As Izuku said, do you want this? Why do you want it so bad? As Shadow said, I need it to defeat him, and I will not gonna let you take it away from me. As he started going, throwing more spears at Izuku. Izuku dodging this and using his chain, throw it at Shadow. Shadow can't teleport because the emerald with Izuku, not with him. As he just dodging this attack and start running in circles around Izuku to make some sort of tornado. As Izuku using his flames making the tornado turn, into a fire tornado, burning Shadow a little bit as he right now on the ground and said, I need it, I can't let you take it. As Izuku throwing his chains at him and and make Shadow, sit on the ground. As he said, you want it, how about you tell me why do you want it? And who is that person that you want to kill him? As Shadow said, it's that asshole that killed him. As Izuku said, come on already, tell me what's wrong. As Shadow sighed and said, see, I'm not a human. As Izuku said, much noticed, you looking more like a hedgehog, to be honest. As Shadow said, this is the point. I am a life form. The doctor have put a human DNA with some hedgehog and using the power of the Chaos Emerald, he made me. And I was supposed to help him so he can cure his daughter or his granddaughter. But something. And after that, Shadow continues saying he killed him just to take all what he worked for all of his life. As Ghost Rider said, and who exactly the one that killed you, the doctor as you call him? As Shadow said, his name is Dr. Ujiko. He was an old partner to the doctor, but after he saw how the doctor started to leave the project of the Nomu, to save his granddaughter, he decided to kill him and take the information. And after that, he even killed her. And I still alive. And he using the doctor information and his creation to make those horrible things that called Nomus. So I want to kill him for revenge for him and her. As Izuku Ghost Rider in his mind said, looks like you find someone just like you, Izuku. As the Ghost Rider said, so you're also seeking for vengeance, huh? As Shadow said, yeah, and that's why I want the Chaos Emerald. Without it, my power are limited. As Ghost Rider said, well, you can't take it. As Izuku stopped using his chains that, making Shadow on the ground. As Shadow get free and Izuku throw to him the emerald. As Shadow said, what? Why would you just give me the emerald like this? as Izuku transform and said, "Well, to be honest, you just like me, Shadow." As Shadow said, "What do you mean that I'm just like you?" Izuku tell him, "Well, you are searching for the League of Villains, is that right?" As Shadow said, "Yes." Izuku continues saying, "Well, do you know Shigaraki, Tomura Shigaraki?" As Shadow said, "Yeah, I started to notice that you putting his name on the walls when you kill people. So what about him?" As Izuku said, "He killed my mother, and that's why I want to find him and kill him for revenge for her." So, you see, Shadow, our ideas we are like each other. We want revenge. How about you? We become partners. I will gonna help you to find Dr. Ujiko because I'm sure that Dr. Ujiko working with the League of Villains, if what's you saying that he's the one that created the Nomos, then he must be with them. And I want to kill Shigaraki for revenge in the name of my mother. Then how about we work together, me and you?" As Izuku put his right hand in front of him, waiting for Shadow to shake it, as Shadow said, "Are you gonna throw me in prison after this?" As Izuku said, "Not at all. I don't care anymore. I just want my revenge. You can stay free as much as you like and leave after you if you want to leave. But if you didn't want to leave, I have a nice place. You can live with me if you want, if you doesn't have any place to go." As Shadow said, "I will see about that, but for now I will work with you, Ghost Rider." As Izuku said, "Great. Well, my real name is Izuku Midoriya." As Shadow surprised and said, "Wait, are you just gonna tell me your real name that easily?" As Izuku said, "Well, half of the Japan already know that I am the Ghost Rider and know my name, so there is no need to not telling you." As Shadow said, "Alright. Where are you want to go right now? Do you have any place you want to go? I mean, any leads to the League of Villains hideout?" As Izuku said, "Well, I have this." As Izuku taken a little piece out of, Dobby jacket after he Dobby jacket in the last part, he take a little piece and burn what is left. As Shadow said, "This is just a piece of cloth. What's how it will gonna help us?" As Izuku said, it's have the smell of one of the League of Villains members. So," as Shadow said, and Izuku said, "Oh, come on. How do you think that I always find those villains in the street? How do you think I always find them?" As Shadow said, "I don't know. You hear their sound or you just got lucky?" As Izuku said, "Not at all. I just smell them." As Shadow said, "Smell them? Well, that is unexpected. Well, let me guess. You're gonna smell this piece of cloth and just find that guy, wishing for him to be in the hideout, huh?" As Izuku said, "You're right. Well, let's go." As Izuku sniffed the little piece and said, "From that direction." As Shadow said, "I'll race you there." As Shadow started blitzing away. And Izuku said, "Hey, you didn't even start the countdown." As Izuku transformed into his Ghost Rider form. And after that, he started racing with, Shadow on the roofs. And after a couple of minutes, Shadow stopped on one of the roof and Izuku stopped by his side as he de-transformed. And said, "Well," Shadow said, "look at this." As they see the building that is supposed to be in the League of Villains in, as Izuku sniffed the air a little bit as he said, "That smell, it's the smell of Tomura Shigaraki." As he said, and the couple others of the League of Villains members. "But I don't smell the Ujiko here. As Shadow said, alright, let's get it. Looks like All Might and the other heroes has already captured him. And Izuku said, yeah, good thing that I made Alfred take Eri back to the hideout before I came here. As Shadow said, who is Eri? As Izuku said, I will gonna tell you after we done from this. And, well, should we go there? As Shadow said, yeah, let's go. And after that, Shadow using his chaos control teleports inside and Izuku just jump from the broken wall, seeing All Might with Bakugo on his side and the other League of Villains. As All Might said, Midoriya! As from behind, Shadow taken care out of, was about to go to hit Gran Torino. As Izuku said, All Might. Get out of my way! As Shigaraki said, no, no, not you again! And after that, a lots of some weird goo start, silver like a gray goo start covering the League of Villains members and also cover Izuku and Shadow and Bakugo, as all of them being teleported away. And after that, Izuku and Shadow on their side with Bakugo and the League of Villains on the other side, as Izuku said, what was that? As after that, Izuku hearing a sound saying, well, Tomura, looks like you have failed again. As Tomura said, Master? As Izuku looking on his right side, he see a man wearing a black suit and a weird looking mask. As the vengeance inside his head said, this guy, his soul, it's filled with their blood, Izuku. I can hear them, all of them is screaming. As Izuku said, he filled with sins. As All for Ones continue saying, but don't worry, Tomura. Try again as much as you like. I believe that you'll gonna finally be able to defeat All Might one day. As Izuku blitz as All for One and said, Dominance burn! As All for One using his air cannon hitting the fire of Izuku with his air cannon, making the two powers clash together. As Shigaraki said, no, master! But before Shigaraki managed to run at Izuku, Shadow jumped from front and said, your fight is with me. As Tomura Shigaraki said, get out of my way, you brat! And after that, Shadow started fighting with the League of Villains using his abilities, Chaos Spear and Chaos Control or whatever. As All for One said, huh, so it's you, the Ghost Rider. Well, what a pleasure to meet you. You know, your kill count has been getting even higher and higher than mine. And I'm really surprised, seeing that someone in your age managed to kill more people than I ever could kill in 200 years. As Izuku raises his finger in front of him and said, you, guilty. As All for One said, guilty is, you can say that, but how about a deal? As Izuku said, a deal? What kind of deal? As Vengeance said, why, he reminded me a lot of Mephisto. As All for One said, join me, Ghost Rider. I can give you a lots of power and make you even more powerful than you are. How about you join me and help me to defeat All Might? I saw how you fought him before, and how you defeated him a couple of times and a couple other heroes, and how much you killed. I really want you on my side, so how about you join me? Just put your hand in my hand and tell me what kind of quirk you want, and it will be yours. As Izuku said, I'm not gonna join someone like you. You are guilty, and I kill the guilty. As All For One said, guilty? But isn't that kid with the red and black hair also guilty? As Izuku looking at Shadow as he said, your stupid Dr. Ujiko that made your Nomus killed his family, and you telling me that he is guilty. I am the one that give that judgment, not you. As Izuku, using his chain, said, Hell flames, hell flames, chain prison. As he starts, using his chains, throw it as All For One. All For One said, what a waste of power, as he put his right hand in front of him and sent the shock wave or air blast at Izuku, sending all the chains back at him as the chains all disappeared and Izuku being thrown at a wall. And after that, All For One using his tentacles, black and red tentacles, wrap it around Izuku and then get him closer to him. And after that, he throw him with another air blast into the sky. And using airwalk start getting even higher than Izuku and throw another air cannon at him, sending him to the ground. And after that, using his tentacle, grab him closer to him as Izuku flames are now turned off. And he's like, just a skull without fire. As All For One said, your quirk is so interesting. I would really, really like to have it. As he put his hand on Izuku's skull and his hand engulfed with crimson and black lightning start shocking Izuku. But after that he said, why can I take it? As Izuku flames start to burn again as he said, you think what I have is a quirk? For someone like you, you are so idiot. As Izuku opened his mouth and throw fire directly in All For One face, burning his mask down as he goes back a little bit saying, my face, you asshole. Well, what a waste. I can't take your quirk, then I will just gonna kill you. But before that happened, All Might come from the sky as he said, I am here, and stand behind Izuku as he said, Midoriya, what are you doing here? As Ghost Rider said, All Might? As All For One said, All Might, what a pleasure surprise. Mr. Ghost Rider here was talking with me about what kind of quirk he want. He want to join me, so I think he would be so helpful for me. As All Might said, no! Midoriya, are you seriously gonna join him? As Izuku said, what? Are you seriously believing him? As All Might said, smash! As he go to throw a smash at Izuku, sending him into a building. As All For One start laughing, saying, All Might, All Might, All Might. Are you really that stupid? As All Might said, what do you mean? As he said, he really didn't want to join me. He was just, trying to fight me. But I just used that moment to make you hit him. As All Might said, what? As Izuku jumped down from the building and said, Dominance, burn! As he sent a big blast of fire at All Might, sending him away. And after that, All For One said, well, looks like my plan is working. As Izuku throw a blast at All For One. All For One using his air cannon block this blast, and Izuku, using his portals, get behind All For One and give him a kick in his head, throwing him on a wall, and turn around and said to All Might, are you seriously hit me and believed him? Are you idiot or something? As All Might said, sorry, Midoriya. As Izuku said, sorry, that smash was about to kill me. For a normal people, That smash would have been killed me already, but you're lucky that I am the Ghost Rider. And after that, all for one stand up and said, that was such an interesting trick of yours, Mr. Midoriya. It would be really a waste for such a great villain like you. As after that, a man with a big mustache and a weird looking goggles come by the side of All for One as he said, Master, are you okay? As All for One said, It's alright, Dr. Ojiko. I'm okay, you need to run away right now. As Shadow hearing this, he said, What? Dr. Ujiko? As he looking behind, he see this guy as Shadow getting so angry and said Chaos Control as he get in front of Dr. Ujiko and was about to throw a kick directly at his face, but something stopping him as he looking up saying what? As he see a weird looking black creature with glowing yellow eyes and such a disturbing looking mouth as he said, You are the ultimate life form? Dr. Ujiko told me about you. As Dr. Ujiko said, Oh, so you are Shadow. What's the what was the name of the doctor that Shadow was working with? Let me remember it. As Dr. Ujiko said, so you are the ultimate life form that Dr. Robotnik was working on, huh? So I will gonna enjoy making you turn you into a Nomu after Hood done from you. As after that, Hood throw a punch at Shadow as Shadow using his chaos control teleport behind of him and throw a couple of spears at him, piercing through his body, but his body regenerate as Shadow said, Damn it, this will gonna take some time. And after that, Shadow start fighting Hood. While Shigaraki said, No, Master, you are in not shape for fighting. As Izuku said, So, hi Shigaraki. As Shigaraki looking behind of him and see the Ghost Rider with his leather jacket and some spike coming out of his shoulders as he said, Do you remember me? As Shigaraki said, You brat, didn't I already told you not to stop in my way? As Ghost Rider said, You will pay for putting your dirty hand on my mother. As he go at Shigaraki, but Dabi throwing a fire from his right said, Sorry, but I think I will have to end you right here. As Izuku said, Damn it, you! As Izuku started going at Dabi. Dabi using his flames, throwing more at Izuku, but he wasn't able to stop him as Izuku opened a portal in front of him and go right through Dabi flame, teleport behind of him as he put his hand on Dabi head and said, You guilty, as he snapped the neck of Dabi and turned him into nothing but dust. And after that, Shigaraki said, No, Dabi! You brat! As Izuku said, You are next. And after that, twice making 3 clones of Dabi because he still know, have his information. As he said, You monster! You are the best guy that I ever known. As he got the 3, Dabi clones go at Izuku to throw a fire. Izuku destroying them easily with his chain. From his back, Mr. Compress was about to put his hand on him, but Izuku cut his hand and then take off his mask and said, You are guilty, as he put his hand on his face and then turned him into nothing but dust. As Toga said, He's so brutal, as Izuku looking at her and start rushing at her. And after that, Izuku just standing above her. Toga looking up as she quite scared Izuku looking at her eyes, seeing what's happened to her, seeing that she killed people before, but what's happened to her with her family, as he said, you are have lots of bad memories, but I will gonna give you another chance. As Izuku wrapping around her body with the chain, and after that he knocked her off. Twice making another clowns of Dabi, as he said, "You're not gonna run anywhere. I like you, kid." As Izuku destroyed the clowns and go at, twice, as he said, "You have a lots of problem, huh?" As Izuku knocked him off, seeing that twice is not that kind of person, he has some problem. He has some split personality, of course. As the Ghost Rider said, yes, they killed people, Izuku." Izuku said, "Yeah, but they are mistreated. Maybe some time within the prison will gonna make them come back to the right track." As Ghost Rider normally would have killed him, but Izuku is the one that taking control. And after that, finally, he knock Spinner and Magnet out because they are bad. Not that bad, but they are just like Dabi and Toga. As after that, Izuku just standing there in front of Shigaraki, as he said, I will gonna kill you, of course." As Shigaraki fall on his back and said, "No, I can't done like this." As before that happened, Izuku sprint at him, but a portal opened in front of Izuku, this being a black and purple portal, as he teleports him up in the sky, and Izuku start falling. And after that, he see that Kariguri has waken up, as he said, "Damn it, Kariguri is awake." As he open a portal in front of him while he's falling, as Kariguri stand up saying, "Master, are you okay?" But Izuku open the other portal in front of Kariguri, and then hit him, and got hold of the metal piece around his neck. As he look in his eyes, as he see what's happened to him, as he said, they turned you into this and used you. You are innocent." As he said, "What?" And after that, Izuku knocked him off, because he know that Kariguri is a Nomu, not a human that has working with the League of Villains. After that, he's just left Shigaraki, as Shigaraki said, "No, you cheater! I can't end up like this! I still need to kill All Might!" As Izuku got hold of his neck, Shigaraki tried to put his hand on his, arm to turn it into dust, but Izuku cut off both of his arms and said, "Feel her pain, remember her screams, and look into my eyes while you feel every single second of pain that you give into my mother." As Izuku looking, using the pinning stare on, Shigaraki, making him scream in pain and agony. And after that, Shigaraki fall on the ground dead, and Izuku stamp on his head, blow it up, and said, "This should be enough." And after that, he see that Dr. Ujiko, with the help of the high-end gnome, are fighting Shadow. As Shadow said, start breathing heavily, saying, "What a stupid creature that is! Just stop regenerating already!" As the high-end gnome was about to throw a tentacle as Shadow to kill him, but Izuku cut this tentacle off and said, "Do you need help?" As Shadow said, "Well, I will appreciate it." As Izuku using his chain prison, wrap it around the gnome, and then he said, "It's your turn, Shadow." As Shadow said, "Thank you." As he put his hand together and said, "Chaos Blast!" As he throw a big blast of red energy at the gnome, blitzing him, turning him into nothing but dust. As Dr. Ujiko looking at this, as he said, "No, no, the gnome was supposed to kill you. That was the strongest thing that I ever could create." As Shadow said, "Then that means that you are just so idiot. Dr. Robotnik would have make a lot better things than this." As he start making lots of chaos spears, as he said, "Any last word, Dr. Ujiko?" As Dr. Ujiko was about to say something, but Shadow throw his spears at him, killing him immediately, as he said, "I don't want to hear any words from you." As Izuku said, "Well, looks like you got your vengeance too, huh?" As Shadow said, "Yeah, thank you for the help." And after that, Izuku looking back, he see that All For One have created some weird big hand in his arm, looking like this, as All Might tried to put all his power in his right arm, but he couldn't do it, as All For One's go at him and said, "This is your end, All Might," as he throw the punch at All Might. But before that happened, Izuku come in front of him and using his shotgun throw a fire a fire you know a fire bullet at All For One, piercing through his chest, as All For One stop his hand, turned back to normal, as he start breathing heavily, saying, "You bastard." As Izuku said, "Well, you are such a lucky guy, If you had eyes, I would have been enjoying seeing what have you done. But," as Izuku put his hand on his face, said, "You are guilty," as he turned All For One into dust. And after that, start looking left to right, he see the dead body of Shigaraki and how Toga and Twice are captured, and also, Spinner and Magnet, how, Shadow is just standing there looking at him, and All Might from behind said, "Midoriya," as Izuku looking behind and said, "All Might, I told you that the next time that I will see you, it will be your death." But, as he de-transformed and said, "I was just kidding," as All Might said, "You killed him. This is not a good thing, but thank you." As Izuku said, "All Might, I will not be able to come back to you, never again." As All Might said, "Please, Midoriya, there is still place for you in," as Izuku said, "Cut it off. I killed a lot of people, even more than he did, pointing on All For One body. And the only place that I will go to if I come with you, it's Stardress, so sorry." As All Might said, "Well, I wish that I would see you again." As Izuku said, "Yeah, me too." As Endeavor and the other heroes trying to come at Izuku, but before that, Shadow come by his side and said, "Chaos control," as he teleport away. And after that, everyone seeing this on the news, they all happy for what Izuku did. He saved the Temple of Peace himself and defeated the villain and all the League of Villains. He put an end to them. As right now, Izuku on a building with Shadow, as Shadow told him, "Well, looks like we done it, huh?" As Izuku said, "Yeah, thank you, Shadow." As Shadow said, "Well, see you soon." As Izuku said, "Wait, where are you going?" As Shadow said, "I got my revenge. I don't have anything other to do with you." As Izuku said, "I know that you doesn't have any place. I can feel your feeling, Shadow. Maybe you will gonna say that I don't understand you, but I understand you so well. Come with me into my hideout and you can live there. I'm not telling you, to stay, but it's a place to live in. It's better than just running down the street letting the heroes know where you are." As Shadow said, Alright then, I will kinda come with you. And after that, we cut into a 1 month later. Izuku wearing his hoodie jacket, sitting on his bike in front of Eri school, as Shadow just leaning on the wall reading his book, as Izuku said, "What's this? What you are even reading there?" As Shadow said, "Oh, it's Romeo and Juliet. Don't you never heard about this story?" As Izuku said, "Romeo and Juliet? Seriously? I mean, I would have expecting something about bikes or some way of, I don't know, but a romantic story? Seriously, Shadow?" As Shadow said, "Hey, everyone have their own taste. So get a so stop talking with me like this." As Izuku said, "Whatever, Hedgehog." As Shadow said, "Yeah, yes, Burning Skull." As Izuku hearing from behind something, someone said, "Big brother," as he see Eri wearing something like this because it's the winter right now. And Izuku gets down on his knees, said to hug his sister, as he said, "Oh, Eri, how was your school day?" As Eri said, "It was so good. I have met new friends, and even Kota was there today, and he told me to say hello to you." As Izuku said, "Oh, Kota was in your school? Cool. Well, and the next time when we get here, I will gonna meet him. All right?" As Eri said, "All right, big brother." And after that, Shadow said, "Did you done from your little talking? Let's go back." As Izuku said, "I know that you. Come on, Shadow. I know that you like Eri. You just refuse to. You just doesn't want to act like you are caring at all." As Shadow said, "Whatever." And after that, Izuku got on his bike as he made, put Eri in front of him, and he and Shadow start riding away. And after that, he opened a portal into the hideout. As Eri said, "I'm so tired." As Izuku said, "Well, how about you go and change your clothes? Because I have something special for you." And after Eri changing her clothes into this, she get out of the room, seeing all the lights are turned off, as she said, "Big brother, where are you?" And after that, Alfred, turn on the lights again, as she see Izuku saying, "Happy birthday!" As Eri seeing a big cake and a lots of things, and Shadow having, a little birthday hat on his head, leaning against the wall, as Eri said, "Thank you, big brother. Is this really my birthday now?" As Izuku said, "I don't really know your birthday, but since this is the winter, how about we celebrate with you?" As Eri said, "Thank you, big brother," going to hug him, as he said, "Well, come on and cut the cake." As Eri, using the knife, cut a little bit out of the cake, and Izuku said, "Well, turn off the candles and wish something." As Eri said, "All right." And after she closed her eyes, she wished for something. As Shadow said, "What did you wish for?" As Eri said, "I wish that I could always stay with my big brother." As Izuku said, "Didn't I already told you that this is a silly wish?" As Eri said, "I still like it." And after that, Izuku eating the cake with, Eri and Shadow, and Alfred trying to eat the cake, but he don't have a mouth. And this is where I'm gonna leave it off, guys. This is the end of the series. Izuku's still the Ghost Rider. Shadow has, become with Izuku like partners. Eri is still living with Izuku with her big brother. And All Might and, UA, still looking for Izuku, but they make it a little bit less, less of a big scale searching for him, because Izuku, starts just coming out one in the week or maybe in the month, becoming the Ghost Rider, and the other, student of UA are continue their life as normal. Well, this is the end of the series, guys. I wish that you enjoy it as much as I enjoyed making it. And don't think for a second that I will gonna stop here. I will gonna come back next time with a new series and a new episode of another one. Now, tell me what do you think about this series down in the comment, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Well, I have nothing more to say than Severed was here.